All right, thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Obviously, kind of a late night here, just on account of the tip-off, but we'll go ahead and start this evening's press conference. Coach, kind of a return to form here tonight for the Aggies. Those rebounding numbers are kind of where you expect them to be. You and your staff, you mentioned that, and just talk about the play of Clayton, Jabari, and Johnny in just the 40 minutes tonight.
Happy we won. Happy for our players that we won. You mentioned Jabari, Clayton, Johnny. Before the season, those are three guys that I think anyone that follows us as a fan or media member or et cetera would expect those guys to have, be mainstays in what we do. And so it was nice to see all three of them have good games in their own right. The rebounding numbers, it's basically, probably over half the time since the loss is what we've talked about. The fact that they out-rebounded us 19-10 in the last 20 minutes of a game that we were down 4 at halftime. And in my opinion, that was one of the main reasons that we lost. We could talk about the other facets of the game, but, when you choose as a head coach what your programs could be about, and rebounding is one of them for us, and you're not very good at it, it's hard to win. And tonight, certainly we were happy for the guys that we turned it around and had the upper hand in that particular battle. But it's not just about that facet of the game, but it was an important aspect for us.
Coach, defense was the issue in game one, but especially in the early going of this one, you guys really did a good job of making it difficult for Seattle's offense. Just how happy were you with the overall performance on the defensive end of the ball?
It was better. Post game in the locker room, it's like we got a Friday team and a Saturday team in terms of our personality. I'm not sure why. We're trying to prepare them as best we know how, and I don't think we're in a position to take anybody lightly with where we're at, et cetera, other than the Grand Canyon series, where we actually looked similar on Friday and Saturday, maybe better on Friday, but the last 2 weekends, it's like Jekyll and Hyde in terms of our defensive focus, in terms of just playing with your hair on fire. And it's more like what we're all accustomed to since we've arrived. And, that's what we talked about in the post game as well. Hey, we're happy for you, but we can't keep doing this. I'm glad you responded the way you did, because, I don't know. One of our big themes was in the last 24 hours is we have a choice to make. You have choices to make every day in your personal life, in your athletic career. And we had a choice to make responding to yesterday's game. I told them I know how I'm going to react to it and how my coaching staff's going to react to it. But here in a few hours, how are you going to react to it? And you individually have a choice, which in turn will collectively, have a response or a choice in how we perform, how we compete. And certainly was glad to see what their choice was. But we've got to fix it. We can't. We got to play like we do on Saturdays. The last couple of them, like we do every game, in terms of the defensive prowess, the rebounding, and just the intensity that they displayed.
Yeah, Darren Tremble missed his first 10 shots for this one. I know he went on a run down the stretch there, but in those first 30 minutes, just what did you see out of your team in terms of defending him? And then on the flip side, what does it say about him to still find a way to produce down the stretch there?
He was a main focus for us in both games. He had the upper hand on Friday at 22 on 15 shots. Tonight, he still ended up, like you said, with 16, but he took 16 shots to get it. He's a rhythm scorer. When he makes one, the basket looks bigger. And we rotated guys on him. But it's just, our big thing today was like they made their first 5 shots last night. And Nettles, Grigsby, and Trammell all made a shot in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game. And so therefore their guys felt really good. And we all know how that feels. And it just wasn't the right start. It was an uphill battle the rest of the night because of those guys making early shots and feeling good about themselves. I just thought not only on our point of attack defense, the guy guarding the basketball or the ball screen situation was better, but more importantly, the guys away from the ball were more engaged. And that's not me. I mean, I didn't emphasize that enough on Friday. I thought we could do a better job with our one-on-one defenders on the ball, and I was sorely mistaken. So we've emphasized, more getting in the gaps and stunning and faking and helping and trying to put some doubt in the ball handler's mind a little bit if there was a driving lane or not. And I thought it helped, but just in the end, we were more engaged. We were prideful. We were more prideful. We took offense to it. And that's the kind of mental approach you have to have if you're trying to win college basketball games.
Yeah. You said after the game 2 win against Cal Baptist that you had sort of a gut feeling that your team was going to attack it in practice in the following week. What's your gut feeling right now leading into this next upcoming week as you guys try to get a streak going?
My gut feeling right now is you need a raise to be up this late, to talk to me. Other than my wife, there's probably no one in America that would want to talk to me right now at this late in the hour. So I'm going to contact your LC News and make sure you get a raise. But right now, I'll be honest with you. Just want to get home tomorrow. We got a lot of snow, a lot of bad weather. The game was delayed right away for 2 hours, and just praying our flight's on time and we can get home and get back to the Pan Am on Monday and get back at it. But I did say that last week, and I thought their response in practice early in the week was really good. It was what I expected. It was energized. It was competitive. They were good. And then the day before, for whatever reason, out here, there was almost an arrogance to them. It was just different. And we talked about it at the time. It's not like we'd let it go. We tried to correct it, and it seeped into us somehow. I don't know. That's why we lost or not. I don't know. I've been doing it long enough to know, you always want to practice well, but that doesn't mean you're always going to play well. And sometimes when you don't practice well, you get surprised. But I'd still rather be of the mindset to try to practice well every day and then accumulate in a really good performance on game day. So we'll see. We'll see how we attack it next week.
Yeah. And then just one more question. Maybe I haven't seen him on the sideline, but Jason King, just what's the status on him? I noticed he hasn't suited up the past few games.
Yeah, he's going to have season-ending surgery this week. He's got some recurring shoulder issues, and so we decided, him and I, together, that this was best for him. And so, unfortunately, he won't be available for the rest of the season. He's got to have a shoulder surgery and then obviously rehab and try to get him prepared for next year.